So children, are you able to hear me loud and clear? Can you please put it in the chat box? If you're able to hear me loud and clear, please put it in the chat box. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So as I understand from the staff members of all our schools, like you're all class monitors and secretaries who have joined here. First of all, let me congratulate you all for being selected to this particular leadership position. Even in my school days, I always wanted to become a class leader, or occasionally couple of times I was also the class leader, and I was also the assistant school people leader at my time in school. And it is a huge responsibility starting, and those responsibilities at a very young age has made me whom I am today, is what I have to start my session with. Of course, as always, I have a small PPT to present to you all. I have put together all my thought processes into a small presentation. I would like to share my screen. So what you need to tell me is if my screen is visible. You can please put it in the chat box if my screen is visible. Yes, thank you, thank you. So as you can see, my name is Srinath. I head the business for Velamal Knowledge Park group of schools. And I'm here to talk to you, give my experiences about leadership, which I have learned the hard way throughout my career. Okay, so I have a few pointers to share with you, which I'll be sharing in the next 60 minutes to you all. Okay, thank you. And yes, okay. So first of all, I would like to tell you about this. Who is a leader? So I would like to ask, before I go into this particular slide, I would like to ask few of you children about, can you raise your hands, those who have a proper answer about, who can give me an answer on who a leader is? Can you raise your hands? Yeah. So John, okay. So many people. Okay, okay, okay. Shailaja, can you please unmute and tell me? 8th standard.
Good
Yes.
evening, sir.
Good evening, ma. Please tell me.
So,
Who is the leader?
leader is. So, I am a secretary of Velamal Bodhi Campus Kumbakonam 8A1.
Hmm.
So, actually, leader should take all the responsibilities of the class. And when we are going out or going somewhere, we should not leave anyone to talk. We should maintain our discipline. First of all,
Okay.
we should be a disciplined student. Then only we can maintain or monitor others.
Great, great. Thank you, Shailaja. So lead by example is what you're saying. First of all, we need to be a disciplined child, and then we can lead others. Good, very good. Thank you. So Pradnya Reddy, can you please unmute and tell me your definition of being
Sir,
a
good
leader?
evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Sir, Nelson Mandela is one of the leaders.
Why do you think Nelson Mandela is a leader?
Sir, because he is a good leader who have know something about peoples,
Hmm.
and he can be a leader. He's a good
Okay,
leader.
so I wanted the definition of a leader, Pragya. Yeah, yeah. So okay, no worries. It is good. Okay, so Aishwarya, can you please unmute and tell me what is the definition of a leader? Aishwarya, yeah.
Sir, myself be Aishwarya, sir.
Please tell me, Aishwarya.
Yes, sir. To be a leader, we need to have some discipline, and we should be honest. We should be hardworking. First, we should try to make others very disciplined. First, when we make ourselves disciplined, then only they will inspire and influence by us, and they will follow the same. And also, we need to take care of some responsibilities as a good leader, and we should be a good candidate, and we should help and be a good leader in a same way and a right way, sir.
Thank you, Aishwarya. That's a detailed explanation, but I'll take one point of that particular thing. We should take responsibilities. Previously, there's another child who told that a leader should lead by example. And you have now told a point that a leader should take responsibilities. I will entertain one more student. I'll entertain one more student. Thank you. The others also will get get the opportunity. So I want Prabhanjana. Prabhanjana, can you please unmute? Prabhanjana, yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Prabhanjana. Please tell me.
I am Prabhanjana from Coimbatore, Velma.
Yes.
To be a leader, we should know how to lead our group of people with coordination and unity.
Very good, Prabhanjana. To be a leader, coordination and unity among the team is what makes you a very, very good leader. Thanks a lot, Prabhanjana, for that very valuable suggestion. Others can please put down your raised hands. I'll ask further questions for you to answer. Okay, so you need not worry about it. Yes. Thank you. So now I think I can go to my presentation. So who is a leader? So as you can see, I have marked a few faces here of MK Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Steve Jobs, Stephen Hawking. All these people, there are n number of peoples, not even them. There are n number of peoples in and around us who are very, very good leaders. So my definition of a leader is that a leader is somebody who actually defeated their odds. Even though they had a negativity in front of them, they defeated the negativity and they carried a bunch of people along with them towards the next level goal. So they had a vision, they defeated the negativity, which actually which actually was a barrier towards their vision. And while defeating the negativity, they also took a bunch of people along with them. So, for example, when there was a barrier for India to attain independence, Mahatma Gandhi ji took the step to like destroy the barrier, and during the process, he took a lot of people along with him and towards the common goal. So he educated the common goal, the common vision of tomorrow to all his teammates, and he took everybody along with them to successful vision. Okay, so to me, a leader is somebody who defeats their odds and takes the world with them to a step higher. So that is my definition of being a leader. So, and now, before I give a session to you, I should first tell to you that why I think I'm a leader. Because I have led people. So I have always been a leader with my team, taking a few bunch of people from, sometimes my team would be some 5-member team. Sometimes my team would had some 30 to 50 members. So sometimes my team had even more members along with me. I had an experience of communicating the common purpose, the common goal to them and leading them along. So there's a very interesting story in a book called 0 to 1, which I normally suggest to a lot of children. So during my session, I also suggest a very few examples of good reads. So you can take note of it and you can also purchase these books, read it. Okay. So there's a book called 0 to 1, which was which is written by one of the founders of PayPal, wherein there during the recession time, when PayPal was not able to pay its employees for straight shot 12 months, the entire company was not able to pay its employees during recession. And there is this one leader who came up front, okay, and they transparently communicated this to the employees. Few employees had certain priorities, so they left, but the majority of the team stayed with the company during the entire tough situation. And all those people are very, very successful right now in their lives because they stayed with the company during the tough times following a common leadership. So leadership is not about just having a team and taking some responsibilities alone. It is about how you are surviving a particular crisis situation. For example, in your schools, you have a particular responsibility. Let's say there's a school day coming in. You have been allocated a certain responsibility and you find it really difficult. So it is such situations where your leadership spirit should come into action, and along with the team, you should be able to survive that tough situation and be successful together. Okay, that is what leadership is. And second major quality of a leader is a leader can fail. Okay, please mark my words, a leader can fail. There is no leader who has always been successful. Okay, there is no leader who has always been successful. Even I have failed multiple times in all my career, again and again, but it was never the same failure I faced second time. Okay, that is very important. So you need to take all those failures as learnings and not let ourselves down, is one very good character of a particular leader. Okay, so you should not repeat the same mistakes. At the same time, you can make a lot of mistakes and learn from them. That is one major good quality of a leader. Okay, so these are two things which I personally consider which had made me a good leader. Okay, now let us what motivates me. Yes, again, as I was saying, mistakes are my biggest motivation to move forward. I believe I have seen some worst days, which gives me the confidence to move ahead. So when you face the worst days, or when you face, for example, as I was quoting an example, there is some events in your school, you have collaboratively as a team, you have achieved something spectacular for that particular event, then any smaller events inside in the school will become very easy for you to handle. So once you face the tough times, it will be very easy for you to move ahead. Okay, so okay, so this is something, and this is my advice to you all. Mistakes are okay if you make it once. Okay, so mistakes are okay if you make it once. Kindly make sure as leaders not to repeat the same mistake again and again. Okay, as leaders you should not make the same mistakes again and again. This is very important. Okay, now these are few skills. So this is what we are going to talk about. So I have from my experience gathered a few qualities which a leader should have. Okay, as you are all leading a small set of your classmates together, so I would want every one of you to work on these qualities. Okay, so each of these qualities we will go one by one. I'm not going to drag it a lot. Each qualities, I have a very big point wise qualities and everything, but I'm going to focus on very few points in each of these which you can take from this session today. So I don't want you to be 100% taking the entire content of this particular session, but if you can change one thing in yourself from tomorrow based on this session, that is a success of my this today's session. Okay, so the first thing as a leader is communication. So communication, as in when you are leading in your schools, communication is a very important and vital quality you need to have. So I will just go to my next slide. See, this is how I have structured my slide. A small explanation and what are the major skills under that particular quality and what you need to focus on. So by communication, I'm not meaning here you'll have to be very good with English, you will have to be very good with XYZ language. No, not that. As a leader, allocating a task is very important. See, when there is your principal is there in the school, is your principal doing the entire job together? There are a lot of coordinators, there are a lot of teachers, correct? So as a leader, you need to be able to clearly explain your team everything. Okay, whatever you are being assigned, or for example, taking daily collecting daily homeworks might be an assignment given to you, and you cannot do it alone. You will have to have one or two people to support you. And why should those people support you? Okay, so you need to communicate to them that this is the work which we need to do, and this is the timeline in which we need to complete this work, and this is why we are doing this work. Okay, so this communication is very important for every single leaders who are present here. So leaders, and again, you leaders, just communication is alone not enough. For all the students, I would say communication is very important. If you have 50 children in your class, all 50 children, communication is a very important virtue. But when I call you as a leader, there are 3 ways of communication which you need to be very specialized at. First thing is one-to-one communication. Second thing is a department, what we call as a departmental communication. And third thing is full team conversations. So there will be a lot of hiccups when this, I'll explain it to you. For example, if you have a team of, or if you are in a part of a friends group of 10 students, you are being assigned with some work, and you are, as a class monitor or a class secretary, you are being assigned the leadership of the group of 10 people. Now you need to actually break down the assignment, whatever work is being given from your teacher. As a leader, you need to break down these work and communicate it first to the entire team, the full team conversation. Now certain part of it, for example, you are allocating 3 members to go and bring a certain books and assignments from the staff room. You are allocating another 4 members to go and bring some other supplies. You are allocating another 3 members to do something else, okay, to bring some stationaries or something like that. So you have 3 departments within your team. So first you gave the entire team the assignment. Now you'll have to split the departments and give individual attention to these departments and give them more detailed explanations. Now, even there, if you feel that the team members have doubts, you should be able to communicate one-to-one with them also. Okay, so communication inside a team is 3 levels: one-to-one, departmental, and full team conversations. So all these 3 things, as a leader, you should be well versed in. Okay, and obviously, so once you grow up, you can actually have communication via phone, email, video, chat, social media. All these things are fine. But as in a school scenario, when you are taking leadership of your classroom, you have to entertain these 3 different types of communication. Now, what you need to focus here, most of the children, I have loved interacting with children. Most of the children, they are very, very enthusiastic doers. Okay, they talk a lot, they speak very good English, they actually communicate a lot. All these things are fine, but can you tell me what is the most important form part of a particular communication? You can use the chat box. You tell me what is the most important part of a communication. Please use the chat box. Tell me what is the most important part of a communication. Yeah, I have already put it here. Okay, discipline, eye contact, conveying correctly, discipline, language, understanding each other. See, you are using discipline a lot. See, discipline is something which is another virtue. Okay, so here we are talking about leadership, not discipline. Okay, yeah, few of the children, you have given your right answers. Okay, so let's stop here. Now, listening is a most important part of a effective communication. Okay, once you how do you learn your, like, for example, your mother tongue? You were a baby and you learned your mother tongue. Did somebody teach you your mother tongue? No. How did you learn? By listening to the people around you is how you learned your mother tongue, right? The other languages, yes, the other languages, there were teachers to teach you. All these things are fine, but how did you first learn your first words? It is through listening. Okay, so listening is a very, very important skill which you need to exercise. Active listeners are very good leaders. Okay, all these leaders whom I have shown you in the first slide, and many other leaders whom I personally know, they are very, very good listeners. Okay, so once you have a team, so for example, one day morning you came to your school, your class teacher called you, and class teacher gave a very, very important task to you. Immediately, without even listening to the task, by the sheer energy that there is a task given to you, if you go and try to achieve something, you will not succeed in that particular work. Okay, so first thing, listen your task very clearly. Okay, and when you are communicating it to the team, listen to the team's comments also. As a leader, you should listen to your superior who is giving the task, and you should also equally listen to your team who is actually receiving who is actually receiving the task from you, and if they have any doubts, listen to them and clear it. So listening is a very, very important thing. It will help you in many ways across your life. Okay, so that is one. And then second thing, you should take care that there is no communication gaps. That is, one student will understand it as X, another student will understand it as Y, third student will understand it as C. So such communication gaps should not happen. Commonly call the team. That is where the full team conversation is very, very important. You should ensure that the entire team is very, very clearly understanding what is your what is your task. Okay, and you should avoid gossiping in the team management. So in communication, gossiping is also a very important thing which you need to avoid. Okay, you cannot entertain one team member coming and telling you something about the other team member in their absence, and you cannot talk bad about one of your team member to another team member. As a good leader, this is a very important virtue you should focus on. Instead, you can do positive enforcing. You can talk positives about a team member to another team member and to the entire team also. But negative reinforcing, please don't do it. It is gossiping. Okay. So, and again, the most important, that's why I mentioned it in red actually. As a leader, you should know where to say no. Okay, so please, I don't know whether you somebody would have already told you this or not, but if you haven't heard of this in your life before today, kindly note it. A very important thing, a very, very, very crucial character of a particular leader is learning to say no. Okay, it is not that any task given to you, you say no. Okay, it is not like that. When you are already when you are not confident about a particular task which is given to you, when you are not confident about completion of a particular assignment which is given to you, when you are not confident that you will be able to deliver proper results as a leader, then you should be able to say no to it. Okay, saying no is a very, very important character every leader should possess. I hope you all understood. I'm going very slow with this because this particular slide I consider is the most important slide in my entire session today. So have you understood this slide? Can you please give me some messages in the text box? Have you understood this? Did you capture some points in this? Yes, great. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you. So I'll just go ahead. Communication is very important. Full team, departmental, one-to-one. Listening is most important. There should not be any gossiping, communication gaps, and saying no is very, very important. Okay, this is, as a leader from today on, you should you should practice all these skills. You should think, when you are taking up a responsibility, you should think whether I can deliver this. If you have doubt, you can go back, check with your leader, check with your teacher, whether to guide you on delivering the result. But if you are already taking too many responsibilities, you don't want, you really think that you will not be able to handle one more, try to say no to it. Okay, learn to say no to it. Okay, this is very important in communication. So the second skill is motivation. So the second skill is motivation. And leaders, so once you are a leader, so for example, a lot of children here said, so one of the important thing in communication is respect. Yes, obviously you should respect. That's where I said you should respect and listen to your team's communication also, team's opinion also. So if you have doubts, you can please put it in the chat box. Okay, you can please put it in the chat box if you have doubts. Okay, so leaders, okay, and many students have told today that a leader should be disciplined, then only we can actually tell others to be disciplined. All these things you have said, but why should the others be disciplined? This why has a lot of power in leadership. Okay, so for example, let us say in a particular school, the class teacher has come to you as a class monitor and told you that, okay, there is a quarterly exam or there is some kind of an examination in the next week. So announce it in the class, ask the, I'm just cooking up examples, okay, which can suit the situation of a school. Okay, I have a lot of other examples, but I would like to give some examples which is kind of suiting you on a school level. Okay, so there's an exam which you wanted to ask the entire class to prepare for it. Now you are going and explaining in the board that what this exam is all about, how this exam is going to be conducted, when this exam is going to be conducted, the what, the how, the when. These three things you have explained in the class. Okay, so do you think every children will learn for this particular exam? So do you think every children will learn if you are explaining what is this exam about, how the exam will be conducted, and when the exam will be conducted? The children or your team, I will call your team will only oblige when they are motivated with the why. Why should we learn for this exam? Okay, what is it like? What is in it for me? What is in it for me is a very, very big question. So why should we learn is the major reason you have to give, okay, to your team. There are a number of ways to motivate your team. Okay, there is a lot of ways to motivate your team, but the most important way is give them the why. So I would like to quote another book here. There is a book called Power of Why. Power of Why by Simon Sinek. Okay, Power of Why by Simon Sinek. It's a very, very interesting read. It has changed a lot of perspectives in me when I explain to my team and when I motivate my team. Okay, so when you are dealing with, when you are future leaders, I believe you will all become future leaders. Okay, wherever you are. So when you are a future leader, always remember that when you wanted your team to achieve something, give them the why. Why should they achieve that? What is in it for them? And they will automatically be motivated. Okay, and then ask them to contribute, specifically ask them to contribute and listen to them. Again, listening is very, very important. If you are listening to your team members, they will automatically feel motivated. Okay, so a leader who gives time for the team member to talk and listens to them is a very, very good visionary leader. Okay, and then once you listen, you start mentoring them. If they have any fear, if they have any doubts, you start mentoring them, and finally once they do it, thank them. That is why I've put thanking in capital letters. That is again very, very important point. So when we talk about motivation, the most important points are you should give them the why for them to be motivated from within, self motivation. For them to be self motivated, give them the why should they do it. Okay, and then specifically ask them for please contribute, and then listen to their suggestion, mentor them, and finally end of the day, don't forget to thank them. Okay, don't forget to thank your team. Most of the leaders forget this step. Actually, they kind of give very big motivational sessions, they find kind of ask for contributions, they listen to the team members, they mentor them, they support them throughout the task, and when the task is over, they forget to thank them. Thank you, your action was much appreciated. Okay, so these words are very, very important for any team member, and it is very important for making you a good leader. Okay, so it's 6:33. I would like to, I've covered a few things. I would like to have a small attendance check. So there is almost 300 students in this particular meeting. So I have given a poll for you. Take a few seconds. I'll exactly spend another 50 seconds for this. I would like all of you to mark your attendance. I need to know whether you're all listening to my session actually. Okay, somebody has tried the choice too. That's good. So I've got 175, 78, 179 out of 300. Okay. Good, good. More than 200. Another 5 more seconds. Another 5 more seconds. So there is something, sir, please teach me what is departmental communication, conversation. Shailaja. Shailaja, it is like when you take up a task, you kind of divide the task into different teams. If you have 10 members in your team, you don't assign the entire task to the 10 members. You should divide it and assign it to each one to each member, or a group of 3 members or something like that. So that is called as a department. So you need to also have, along with giving the explanation to the entire team, you should also have departmental conversations about their particular assignment also. So consolidating all the departments' work, you will complete the task. Okay. Is leader a role model to students? Yes, they are. They are. What is meant by being friendly and calm? Yes. Where is this being friendly and calm? Okay. This Xiaomi 2201170. I'm not going to unmute you. You please change your name, or you can please put it in the text box. Okay. Thank you all for the attendance. I have got almost 223 out of 299 marking your attendance. I really value your feedback. Thank you. So let us go now to the next thing. So we saw communication and motivation. Next is the one of the next most important thing. Okay, one of the next most important thing that I wanted to talk to you today. Okay, so I learned it a very hard way. Okay, so I have put it as a college symposium story. When I was in my college doing my UG UG degree, I was again the class leader in the sense there was a hostel day celebration going on, and I was assigned the leadership for the entire hostel day in my first year of college. So so when I was actually doing all the arrangements and everything, and I was carrying chairs from one place to another, I was carrying a huge load of chairs with me going back and forth. So my teacher called me, and she told, what are you doing? I said, I'm also supporting this. Why do you want to do that? I said, being part of the team is very important. As a leader, I need to carry this so that they also feel motivated. Yes, it is very important, but did you actually delegate your work properly? So by carrying all these chairs, you will become tired. You are taking care of multiple departments. Do you think that you will be able to equally contribute to all the departments if you are focusing on only one department? Okay, this was one real lesson which I carry with myself for the past 15-16 years actually. So when we are being assigned with some task where we have to check the entire task, okay, if you are being assigned with a particular, let's say some events in the school, there is a workshop happening in the school, you need to actually invite the guest, arrange transport for the guest, so arrange the snacks and drinks, and arrange the hall. When you wanted to arrange a gift for the guest, when you wanted to check the mics are working good, all these things, when you are as a leader is being assigned with all these tasks, if you are going to focus yourself, put into the shoes of one of your particular assigned subtask and work completely there, then you are risking the entire task for the team. Your team will be clueless in the other areas. Yes, one area you will be motivating the team so much that they will be very energetic to work for you. It might be good, but it is not a smart decision. Okay, so there I was motivating my team who were carrying the chairs very much. Okay, the leader himself is carrying the chairs, so we will also work very energetically. That is good, but I'm equally losing the all the other segments of that particular event. The other segments, my team has no clue what to do. So as a leader, doing is not the important thing. Delegating is the important thing. Okay, you should delegate. You should learn the art of delegating. That is an art. Delegation is an art. In leadership, delegation, without delegation, there is no leader. Okay, so you will be a very good resource person. You will be called as a resource person. You will be called as a good student. You will be called as a good employee in future. Everything you will be called, but you will not be called as a leader unless and until you delegate things. Okay, so for delegation, why I called delegation as an art is delegation is not simply asking one of your team members to do something. That is not delegation. You should first understand who are all there in the team, and you should know each of the team members positive sides. So you should know each of their strength and weakness. Okay, so somebody will be very good at art, drawing, give them something which is related to art. Somebody will be very good with weightlifting or something like that, or talking to people, so give them the work of organizing something which related to communication. Somebody will be very good at presenting themselves very well, so give them the emceeing work or communication. If they are very good at communication, give them the emceeing work. Okay, so without why delegation, it is not simply giving whomever is there in the team, simply throwing tasks, dividing the task into 10 different modules and throwing them. The work is not delegation. You should first know what is the strength and weakness of your team. For that, you need to talk to your team and you need to listen. Okay, so that is very important. Then knowledge transfer and no complaining for half-baked information. When you are transferring your knowledge, so you call the team, you kind of transfer the knowledge, you kind of explain them everything. So if you are not explaining it properly, that is what called as half-baked. If you are not explaining it properly to them, later don't complain them that they have not done a perfect work. So it is equally your responsibility to explain them every single detail of what they have to do and give them the right resources. Okay, give them the right resources, the right contact numbers, the right people to go and talk to. Okay, so if you want some foods and beverages to be arranged, give them the contact number of the contact. Okay, you go there, you talk to this particular person in the school. So give them the right resource, whom to approach, what to be done, and tell them what is your expectation from them, what they wanted to do and how they have to do it. Give them that. And then follow up. Then what you'll have to do, you'll have to prepare a checklist. So in this checklist, okay, this is been assigned to this person, X person, this is been assigned to Y person, this has been assigned to Z person. So you have given all the training to them, and now every once in a while call them and check whether it is going properly or not, whether it is being followed properly or not. Check that with them. Okay, so follow up is very important. So now morning you assign something to somebody, and evening after everything is over, you go and ask them what has happened. They would be clueless. They would be stuck somewhere. Okay, so follow up is also very important. So delegation means first understanding the strength and weakness of your team, then explaining the complete job, that explaining the work clearly to your team. Third thing, and giving the right work to the right person. That is very important. Third thing, give them the needed resources, the needed contact people and the needed information. And finally, follow up and take their feedback if they are stuck somewhere. So these are very important in delegations. So I'll have to go a little fast now. Okay. And the next thing is positivity. Okay. Being a leader, you'll have to be positive. See, for example, when I come to office, okay, when I come to office, if I have a very gloomy face, my entire team's face will fall down. Okay, so that is very important. Whatsoever the tensions which goes within me, I should have, as a leader, I should have a very positive face to show to my team, so that they are motivated. If you yourself are telling your problems and your issues and everything to your team, then they will not be positively motivated. Okay, so you should always have a positive approach. Okay, so you know the bamboo story, like there'll be certain students, I wanted to share the story with them. How many of you know the bamboo story? Can you put it in the chat box? How many of you know the bamboo story, the Chinese bamboo story? I know. Guhan, can you please raise your hand so that I can unmute you? Guhan, okay. Guhan, yes. Guhan, can you please unmute?
Sir,
Yes, Guhan. Good evening. Introduce yourself and please tell this Chinese bamboo story that you know.
my name is K. Guhan. I am from Velamal Bodhi Campus, Kolapakam. I am a
Great.
class monitor of 9th G class.
Great.
So the Chinese bamboo story is about unity and teamwork, sir. Like there will be four brothers and a grandfather, that father who is going to die for few days. He will
No,
be,
no, no. That is a Chinese bamboo story.
sir.
Guhan, that is no, I don't think that is a Chinese bamboo story. Hmm. But okay, so can you tell this story of yours in 1 minute?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
He will give four sticks which is in a bundle, sir. They will try to break it, but they cannot break it, sir. He will give another one stick and they can easily break. He will tell, we can break one stick easily, but we cannot break four sticks that easily. So we need hard work and unity, sir. That's all, sir.
Great. That is about teamwork. Good. Very good, Guhan. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the story, Guhan. Okay, I'll tell you the Chinese bamboo story. Okay. So there is a limited time. So I'll tell you this Chinese bamboo story. So once in a forest, okay, in a forest, there were two seeds, one of a bamboo and one of a fern. Fern is a normal tree. You consider as a normal tree. A normal tree stick, a seed and a bamboo seed. It has been put in the sand. And 1 week passed, some rain came in, some watering was there, everything was suitable, the climatic condition was suitable. So a month passed and this tree seed suddenly grew a sapling. Okay, suddenly grew a sapling, and this tree seed was checking whether the bamboo seed has shown some green. No, there is no greenery there. So the tree seed was criticizing the bamboo seed. Okay, you didn't grow at all. See me, I have come up. All these things are there. Now, after 6 months has passed, this small plant has become a little taller, like what is a thick stem, everything. So there, this tree now saw the bamboo, nothing, no change at all. So then again, the tree was criticizing the bamboo for not growing up at all. And 1 year has passed, and this tree has become like this particular small plant has become a shrub. It has become a little small tree, and still there is no change with the bamboo. Okay, and the tree is constantly criticizing the bamboo. 2 years passed, 3 years passed, 4 years passed. Okay, still nothing. Okay, that is Chinese bamboo, still nothing. So this tree has grown into a big tree with a lot of fruits and everything. Okay, and a big tree in the sense it's grown to a small height, a smaller tree with a few fruits and flowers and everything, and still nothing with the bamboo. In the 5th year, suddenly there was a small growth in the bamboo seed, the place where the bamboo seed was there. And within 6 months, that particular bamboo grows to 100 feet tall. Within 6 months, after 5 years. Because all these 5 years, it has been growing its roots. Okay, it has been growing downwards. Its roots are so strong that within 6 months time from the 5th year, it has grown to 100 feet tree. Okay, this is a Chinese bamboo story. What we wanted to learn from it is being positivity is not easy. There will be a lot of people criticizing you. There will be a lot of hiccups coming to you in your jobs and in your works and everything. So keep it cool. You know that you are in control of the situation. You know that you will be going to take care. Okay, today whomever is criticizing you will see your leadership capabilities tomorrow and they will appreciate you. Okay, that positivity is very, very important. Today if they criticize, I will grow myself. I will actually increase my skills, and one day I will show them that I'm a very good leader. And that particular positivity is very, very important. So Stokes concept is nothing but giving yourself strokes. Like you have watched a lot of movies, no, like this All Is Well. So you have watched Hindi Bollywood movie or this Tamil movie, everywhere they say this All Is Well. It's a concept in psychology which is called strokes. Okay, there's different forms of strokes, like positively stroking others. Self-stroking is what we call it as All Is Well. Giving appreciation to yourself, all is well. So sometimes to keep up your positivity, you need to give appreciation to yourself. You have done a good job. Okay, Okay, so and then you need to give credits to others also, your team also. Don't keep all the credits to yourself. Okay, give some credits to others also. Give some positive motivation to others so that they will also feel motivated. So and then safeguard your team from criticism. See, this is one point. You will receive a lot of criticisms. So your team will also be receiving a lot of criticisms. But as a leader, you should always safeguard your team from the criticisms and negative remarks. Okay, so as a leader, always stand in front of your team, safeguard them from the criticisms and negative remarks. Okay, you can take it, you can be positive, you can tell yourself that I'm a Chinese bamboo, I'm growing my roots stronger, and one day I will prove that I'm a very good leader, and your team will also support. Okay, so and focus on solutions and not the problem. So most people, what they do is they will think about the problem itself, and they fail to focus on the solution. So focus on the solutions, the problem will automatically be solved. Okay, these are few things which on a leadership wise positively you need to be reinforced. Okay, and then trustworthiness and responsibility. Now, in continuation to my previous slide, if you are standing in front of your team, safeguarding them from the negative remarks, obviously your team will trust you. Okay, your team will think that you are a very responsible leader, and when you do a mistake, you have to have the ability to apologize. This is another, you please mark this one, this is another major quality of a leader. Okay, ability to apologize, that is a very important quality of a particular leader, any leader be it. Okay, so once you identify that there is a mistake, you should apologize. If the mistake is from one of your team members, don't show fingers at them. Rather, that team is in your leadership. So you as a leader should apologize, not let your team, needane tappu panna, you go and apologize. No, that is not the way of leadership at all. Okay, so you did the mistake, you go and apologize is not leadership. Okay, so ability to apologize for yourself and for your team is a very important virtue of leadership. Okay, and no gossiping, which we already told. Take the blame, share the fame. This is a very simple sentence of a true leadership. Take the blame, share the fame. Okay, so keep it in mind, write it down, keep it in mind. For you to become a very good leader in your future, present, always have this in mind. Take the blame, okay, for the team, and share the fame, the positivity to the team. Okay, this is a very important virtue for a leader. Okay, and then creativity. So here I would like to ask you a question. So okay, everybody prepare in your chat. I have a problem. Okay, 1 plus 11 is equal to 1. You need to prove it. Okay, 1 plus 11 is equal to 1. You need to prove it. Can somebody give me the answer in the chat? Don't Google it. Okay, don't search in Google. Okay, please honestly give me your answers in the chat box. 1 plus 11 is equal to 1. No, there's no into mark, Harish. No, there's not 1 into 11. Even then it is 11. I'm saying 1 plus 11 is equal to 1. Because of unity. No. Take the one from LHS to RHS. No. Okay. 11 and 1 is the same. They are the same. No. So you can put it in the thing. It is not possible. One leader. No. No, not possible. No. So it is not about sharing the fame and everything. 1 plus 11 is equal to 1. That's all. I'm talking about creativity. Okay. So think that ways. I'm not talking about unity. I'm not talking about the previous slide, which is about trustworthiness and responsibility. No, I'm talking about creativity. Okay, creativity. 1 plus 11 is equal to 1. So, okay, I'll give you the answer. Okay, so just let us consider something else. Okay, 21 plus 3 is equal to 1. 21 plus 3 is equal to 1. 21 plus 3 is equal to 1. So it's all the same. It's a perspective of thinking. Okay. Next time I cannot ask the same question to you all. So it's like 1 pencil plus 11 pencil is equal to 12 pencil, which is a dozen of pencil, 1 dozen of a pencil. 21 hours plus 3 hours is equal to 24 hours, which is equal to 1 day. See, this has nothing to do with leadership. I'm saying this has nothing to do with leadership. Why I want this question here is, in leadership, not all problems are technical. Not all problems are very hard to solve. Okay. Once you know a solution to a particular problem. Now, I told 1 plus 11 is equal to 1, 21 plus 3 is equal to 1. Now you can gather hundreds of such questions like this. It's simple. The logic is something different. So you can now you will be an expert on these questions now. Anytime such a problem is given to you, you will be able to easily solve it. Okay. So this simplicity is what we call creativity in leadership. Okay, creativity in leadership is nothing but this simplicity. Not all solutions are very complex. Okay, not all solutions are very complex. It is easy to solve. First, you need to have this positive mindset that you will have some solutions to it. I'll give you a real-time example. We have Melamal Bodhi Academy Center in Namakkal. Okay, so once there was this special, there are some matriculation children and there are some long-term children who are learning there in that particular center. Okay, so one day we arranged a special dinner for these long-term children. Okay, these grown-up children. Okay, we arranged a special dinner and we were serving laddus. Okay, we wanted to serve laddus as a dessert. Okay, as a sweet. And suddenly, all these metric children, all these other small children who were there in the hostel, they came to know about this special dinner and they want to have this dinner as well. Okay. So interestingly, they all came and they wanted to have this dinner. Everything is fine. The cook was calling me at almost 7:30. Okay. And the cook was saying, what is the problem? I asked, what is the problem? So he has all the ingredients for these extra chapatis, extra rice and everything. Okay. But he had one problem, that he is in short of laddus. He had ordered only for a specific amount of laddus. Okay. So it is 7:30 in the night. I'm driving back home from office. So what do you think can be done in such a situation? Somebody, can you give me a reply for this? This is a real-time situation which happened last year. Okay. So can you give me a sharing of laddus? Okay, sharing. We can, somebody told them we can break them. Okay, so that was something like, okay, divide on laddu. It's not about dividing the laddu. We crush the entire laddus into this small bundi. They call it bundi. Okay, we crush the entire laddus and we gave small bowls of bundi to everybody. Okay, so you will be facing a lot of such situations. Okay, you will be facing a lot of such situations during your leadership journey. So always think creatively. Okay, don't be too technical, don't be too tensed for thinking about the solutions. Okay, this is a real-time incident which I just shared to you. And unless you find a solution, don't be convinced at all. Don't adjust pannalam. Don't adjust one thing with the other. Unless you find the right solution, don't be convinced and always see the light at the end of the tunnel. You will be able to creatively manage it. Okay, I'll go a little fast. Finally, okay, feedback is very important. I told you in the previous slide itself, always give feedback in person. So don't give a message, don't send the feedback through somebody. There will be communication gap. Again, in the first slide, I told communication gap. So there will be communication gap. Don't give your feedback through somebody. You should actually meet that person and give your feedback on face. So don't give it as through somebody. Okay, that is not good. That somebody may not give it on the same emotion as you want to give the feedback to somebody. Okay, feedback with constructive criticism and appreciation is very, very important. And then finally, commitment. So I have this something called as this Harvaker rule. Sorry. I have something called as the Harvaker. You know, Harvaker is a very world popular coach, leadership coach. Okay, Harvekar is a world-renowned leadership coach. Harvekar has this one rule: how you do anything is how you do everything. This is a wording from Harvekar. Okay, how you do anything is how you do everything. Understood? So how you actually do a very simple task, how you actually keep your desk in your house, how you keep your room clean, is how you will be keeping everywhere clean. Okay, even though you think that, okay, this is my room, this is only my space, no, how you do anything is equal to how you do everything. Okay, so this is where you need to preach what you practice. See, I have a personal example. That's what I started and ran a yoga studio sometime in the past, where I never practiced yoga, but I was doing it as a business, and slowly my trustworthiness as a leader went down. Okay, my members started seeing me not as a leader, they started seeing me as a business person. So, and the trustworthiness of my customers went down. So that is why we started this session. If you wanted your children, your students, class students to be disciplined, you should be the example. Preach what you practice. This is something, preach what you practice. Okay, so 2 dialogues I'm giving it to you. 1, preach what you practice. Second thing, how you do anything is how you do everything. And I have given few dialogues in the past also to you. Okay, so just follow them. And the final thing is being flexible. So always when you face a situation, be little flexible. Okay, so I just wanted to share 2 videos to you. So just about leadership, being flexible when you have a problem, how to solve the problem. So just we will go with these 2 videos. So can you hear the voice?
The secret
Please put me in the chat box if you can hear the voice.
ingredient. The
Yeah.
secret ingredient.
So this is one part of this Kung Fu Panda, the movie, which I like a lot. So it is about, I take it as a secret ingredient of leadership. Okay, just listen to this video. Okay, I'll play it once.
The secret ingredient is nothing.
Huh?
You heard me. Nothing. There is no secret ingredient. To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
There is no secret ingredient.
Okay, I'll play it once again.
The secret ingredient is nothing.
Huh?
You heard me. Nothing. There is no secret ingredient. To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
There is no secret ingredient.
See, this is something which I wanted to share with you. Be very creative. There's no something which you need to go to a college and learn and you get a certificate about leadership. Nothing like that. To be a very good leader, just practice a few things different from others, and you will automatically be a good leader. Okay. And when you are facing problems, just he is always my motivation factor. Also, the way he handles problems.
How do you keep yourself so cool?
Very simple. Don't think about the result. It's the result that puts pressure on us. You know, what if this happens? What if we don't win the game? What if we don't get selected? But again, worry about the controllables, you know, and whatever the controllables are, we take care of it. We'll get the desired result. If we don't get the desired result, we'll improve. We'll change our plans, we'll execute better, and we'll get a chance to prove ourselves again. Thinking about the result never gives you result. Yes, you may have a target in mind, but what is more important is to take care of the small steps in life. You know, what needs to be done, what I am supposed to do, what extra I can do, and you know, that will help us achieve the target.
Okay, so you can take this, you can have this video in the YouTube or some other social medias also. So I don't want to repeatedly play the video. We are already running 4 minutes late. So this is it with me. I think I have given a few ingredients, again, ingredients of making you better leaders of tomorrow. Okay, so just go through this, all these things once again. You should be very good at communication and saying no, and you should be very good with motivating your team. Give them the why and thank them for being with you, being part of your team, and making you succeed. Making you succeed is a part which they are playing. Okay, and delegate your work properly. Don't take the entire work on yourself. Delegation is very important, and be very positive. Okay, be very positive. Take the blame, share the fame. It is a very important virtue of a leader. And be very creative. Not everything is difficult. And focus. Give positive feedbacks to your team once they complete it, and take up the commitment. Okay, preach what you practice. How you do anything is how you do everything. Be very flexible. Focus on the controllables. Okay, not on the end result. If you focus on the end result, you will get all tensed up. Focus on where you have to work. End result will automatically come. Okay, so this is one thing. And I have taken few of my references from this website actually, and get in touch. So I have completed my session, and I would like to hear from you on. Already we have 1 minute. We are running a little short of time, so I will have to speed up a little bit. So before that, yeah. So I have a poll launched about feedback from you. I will have it open for 2 minutes. So kindly mark your feedbacks if you would have learned anything from this particular session, which you think is very helpful, okay, for you in leading your team in schools and after schools forward. Kindly put in your feedback. Okay, I can see a lot of people giving very good feedbacks. Thank you. Thank you. There's a feedback on average. Yes, thank you. I will work on it. Okay, could have been better. Yes, thank you. I will work on it. I'll work on it. Okay. So I would want at least 1 or 2 of you, not many, 1 or 2 of you to share your experience of this particular session. So can you please raise your hand? So anybody, there's a lot of raised hands here. So anybody else? Okay. So, okay. Kavin, can you please unmute? Kavin?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Kavin. You can introduce yourself and you can tell what is your experience with this particular session, Kavin.
Sir, myself, R.S. Kavin from grade 8F from Yelamal Bodhi Campus, Kumbakonam, sir. I am a class secretary, sir.
Good.
Sir, this session is so much informative for me. That so many things which I learned new. So for being a secretary, so I learn some new things from this session, sir.
Okay. Kavin, can you tell me one thing which you liked a lot about this entire session? Like one thing which you gonna which attracted you a lot? Pardon?
Positivity.
Positivity,
sir.
Positivity. Thank you, Kavin. Thank you. So somebody else as well. Ashwant, President of Heritage. Ashwant, can you please unmute?
Okay, sir.
Ashwat, you would like to give any feedback, Ashwat? No, okay. And okay. Tribhuvan, can you please introduce yourself and give your feedback?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I am
Good evening.
Tribhuvan from Veramal Poneri campus. I am the head boy of the school, sir.
Great, Tribhuvan. Please tell me whether what was this one thing which you think it is the most attractive thing in this particular session you got?
Yes, sir. Many things I have learned from this session, sir. Especially, I learned how the power of why, sir.
Great, power of why. Thank you, Tribhuvan. Thanks a lot. So thank you all. I've got very good participation from you all. Unfortunately, since I'm only handling a 60-minute session, I would love to give a more interactive session, but in online, as you know, we will not be able to make it. So since there's a lot of people, so there is Adil. Adil, can you 1 minute? Adil, I'll see if I can. Can you raise your okay? Adil, can you unmute?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Adil, introduce yourself and give your feedback. Adil.
I'm Adilyam of class 11 from Tanjavur Velamal Bodhi campus.
Yes, Adil.
I'm really happy that I'm in this session, sir, to know about what is leadership and many things about leadership. It is very useful for me, and I can take through this in my life, and I can lead my class as an assistant class monitor. I can guide my students, and this is all because of this session, which improved my knowledge to know about the leadership, sir.
Thank you,
Mainly
Adil.
that
Thank you.
bamboo story. It was very
Nice,
uh,
nice. Thank you, Adil. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much. So, thank you all. We will meet again with another session. Thank you. Thank you all.